No, just a better game. We're not going to over complicate things. It's usually about who's imposing whose identity more consistently. Obviously, we're playing a quality opponent. We haven't beaten them this year. So we're looking to do what we need to do, whatever needs to be done to try to get the job done tonight.
Goran gets a lot more of attention, particularly over the last couple games, let's put it that way. Is there a way to get him a little free, or is it about the ball movement you talked the other day that helps just kind of get him back to the space where he can be his attacking and aggressive self?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. We'll try to get him into his sweet spots a little bit, but I'm not overly concerned about that. Every player goes through some stretch where they're not playing, their absolute best, but he's a competitor, so he impacts the game in a lot of different ways. I love what he brings, and he had some open looks that also can change things. Any one of those shots that go down, all of a sudden it can change your mindset for the rest of the game. So I'm not too concerned about Goran.
Coach, for those of us who haven't seen you in quite some time, what would you characterize as the greatest change in your team that's allowed you guys to turn things around?
Anybody else want to answer that?
It's been a
incremental.
Yeah, incremental process.
Yeah, no, there hasn't been.
That was my question.
Yeah.
But there has to be something that you guys are doing that stands out above the rest, no?
No, we're just trying to work habits, build habits on a daily basis. This team has developed some grit and some character, obviously, but our group developed that through a lot of the tough losses.
In that vein, Rodney, how has he impressed you, his evolution?
Rodney McGruder?
Yeah.
He's a Miami Heat type guy. I mean, there's a game going on right now. The coach he played for, we tend to like Frank Martin players. They have the type of grit and the DNA, the toughness that we like. So it's not a surprise that he's absolutely fought and scratched and clawed his way into the starting lineup.
Guys, you love guys that weren't handed things, right? I mean, guys that had to.
Yeah, we have quite a few.
That.
We have quite a few of those guys. So we have a lot of guys that have learned perseverance and persistence, and I don't think it's a coincidence that that's one of the strongest qualities of our team right now. A lot of us have dealt with failure, dealt with losses, dealt with things that haven't gone our way, but have shown the grit and the perseverance to continue to forge ahead. It's a great quality.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. One of those guys, Dion, struggled for a long time in his career. What was it about the culture, that anything in particular that?
I wouldn't say he necessarily struggled. He was a big part of OKC last year. We just wanted to be open to Dion and his personality, and not prejudge him, and welcome him into our culture, and see if we could help him become a player that he's always wanted to become. But I think just as important, he's embraced our personality and our culture, and trusted us to push him in uncomfortable ways. So I wish he was here. We were watching all the films, from our games against Boston. He hasn't played in any of the games, but he won't be here tonight. But we're thinking about him.
So you're a process guy. Has this been a year where you've enjoyed the process more than any other year because of the?
Not necessarily more. I mean, I don't have kids. I just got married this summer. But I think when I get this question a lot. Are you having more fun this year? I think that would do a disservice, or that would be a short memory on other years. I love the craft of coaching. I've said this before. It's an impossible craft. I feel blessed and fortunate to have an opportunity to do it with this organization, because I've been able to work through failures and work through tough times to make us a better coaching staff. But I like all the different challenges that different years and different seasons have. It's very similar to college coaching. When college coaches get to coach different teams, it's tough to compare. I love that this team has been given the opportunity to develop and show persistence. You don't get that opportunity too often, either players or coaches, in today's day and age. And it's great when you see it happen. And it is a slow, methodical, and incremental process for that to happen, and you have to go through some tough times to be able to show perseverance.
As rewarding of a season as you had?
I don't know. It's just different. Yeah, you can't necessarily say it's more or less. Raising that trophy above your head is the most difficult thing any professional will ever do in their career.
I missed you guys this morning. Dion's not here, but could he meet you, or is he not on the
We'll
trip?
see. There's no new timetable, so we're having him. We kept him back in Miami to do daily triples, so he's not too happy with us right now.